cryptids are changing. The patterns are no longer random. You are no longer just hunting myths and legends. You're choosing something else, far more organized, far more dangerous. And now it's watching you. Welcome to Kryptothera, The Descent. A solo expansion that transformed the hunt into something darker, deeper, and, let me tell you, far more personal. This isn't just your side mode or your afterthought. You don't just play the basic game and score points and that's it. This will be a fully immersive experience where every decision matters, every card will shift the ground beneath your feet, and there is an hidden enemy that grows stronger every passing round. In the Descent, you'll face more than just wild cryptids. You'll face the rising influence of the legendary Order, an ancient faction that perform forbidden rituals to reshape the world. And they don't care if you are in the way, they will try to put you down. Each turn, you draw from a dedicated 45 plus card solo event deck that will give you a mix of story-rich encounters, environmental challenges, sabotage, twisted vision, and of course, Agent of the Order that will stalk you from the shadow and strike when you don't expect. Some cards will grant you healing or bonuses, boons, let's call it that. Some other will offer you the chance to gain Glyph tokens, a very interesting new and important coin. But let me also tell you, some will bring you pain and maybe even creeping dread. But this is not just card draw. This is not just what you do. You make also meaningful choice. For example, you got Glyph token. Now you can use it to cancel the rising influence of the Order. Will you use it, or maybe risk losing a cryptid taken by the enemy? Or, let's say, you got only 2 HP left. Will you press on and keep on hunting, or you will return base, knowing that the Order will gain ground every time you hesitate? Meanwhile you're doing this, a mysterious hunter competes in silence, capturing cryptid every few rounds, steadily, building their score. So, making sure that your life is very hard. And if they get too far ahead, it's over. The game is gone. And on top of all of this, you have the rituals. The turns go from 1 to 10. You know that. You saw us play. But at the end of round 10, when you think, okay, this is it, I'm just scoring, the Order will attempt a final ritual, one of few unique scenarios. Each has devastating consequences unless you stop it. And in order to do so, you need to collect at least 3 Glyph tokens, through the entire game, of course. If you fail, the whole world will suffer. If you succeed, you don't just win, you earn a bonus point, fragments of power, and also a climatic epilogue that will reshape your narrative, the narrative of the game itself. But beware, if the Order influence meter hits a certain amount, the ritual will not immediately begins, but the world will react. Event will become more brutal. Legendary cryptids become more harder to catch. Your incomes, your money, they get taxed. And cards start to trigger early. Let's say the reality start to bend in their favor. So, all of those things are what makes the Descent solo mode different. It doesn't just simulate a multiplayer game where you just play by yourself. It creates a narrative, ones that evolve across each playthrough, one that tells a different story every time you sit down at the table. No two solo runs will be the same. You not just picking different cards, but you also choose which legendary are shuffled in. You will face a different ritual card. You encounter different agents, different disturbances, different choices. Some game will see you starve for glyph, you really need them. Another you will be hunted, or in another you will be able to collect so many cryptids that you feel like, I'm in a safe space now. In other you will burn just enough to survive. But in all of them, and this is for sure, you're not just playing alone. You're standing in the way of the order. You're writing the prophecy which each cryptid in your cage. And when the final ritual rounds arrive, when these things begin, you know you earn every breath or you lost miserably. Kryptothera the Descent is not just solo play. It's storytelling. High stake, tight mechanics, deep lore. That's what we want to give you. A hunting journey into a world that refused to forgot. A hunting journey into a world that refused to be forgotten. So, thank you. I hope that this video gave you a glimpse of what the solo mode will be. In my next video, I will try to explain also the co-op mode, in order to give you an idea of what you're going to face. You're not just playing by yourself with other people at the table. You will use those cards to collect monsters together, to face legendaries, to go to specific place and stop rituals, or maybe even make one. So, I will see you out there, and enjoy the hunt.